Hi, welcome to my channel, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. I'm Tina Carini, and today I have a really pretty card to share with you and how to do the mirror technique. It's really easy to do and it gives a wow factor on your card. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me get down here. There we go. So this is the card that I made. And when you're using the stamp set, so I used, let me reverse a little. I used the bundle, Relaxing Waterside. Absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't seen this or if you don't have it, I so recommend it. There are so many cool things you can do with this. It is not great just for guy cards. It could be sympathy cards. The paper too is beautiful. Um, it could be birthday cards. It could be for anything that you want it to be. Retirement. You can change up your coloring, the design, and it could be, you could send it to a girl. So I would love to get a card like this. I just love these type of cards. And they're so much fun for me to create. So in this card, I did some blending using my blending brushes and some ink pads. And this chair is mirror imaged and this coffee cup is mirror imaged. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what I find is the easiest way to do mirror imaging, and that is using a stamp positioner. I'll go over quickly another way that you can do it if you don't have a stamp positioner, but this is the easiest way. Okay, especially if you're going to die cut, and you'll see why. So in my stamp positioner, I have a silicone mat, which you will need. I have just lined up the edge of it to the edge of my grid paper, this line right here, and pushed it up to the top to these little tiny pegs that hold your grid paper in place. Then I just put my magnets down here. Then we're going to take our chair, this beautiful Adirondack chair, Adirondack chair. I don't know which one's correct, but anyway, the Adirondack chair. And I'm going to put my plate back on here and we're going to push down and it's going to stick to your plate. Then you're going to take the ink of your choice of whatever color you want to use. I'm using Early Espresso. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. I'm okay if this gets a smudge on it. It should not get on anything else. Just what you stamp because it doesn't touch. So it should be fine. So I'm just going to give this a nice press. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure that it's nice and inky. Now, when you do this, your image is not going to be as dark as if you just stamp straight down on cardstock. So keep doing that. So it will be a little lighter, but that's okay because you can always stamp off when you're doing the other side, which I'll share with you in just a moment. I'm really messy with my ink pad there. Okay, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is just take a piece of paper, cardstock here, and I am going to carefully move these out of the way. I am going to just carefully lay this down on top of there. I'm going to put these back there. And I am going to, I don't have to ink this up again or anything like that because what I'm using it for is to push down. And because I'm die cutting this I can die cut, which is so cool when you do this. I'll die cut from this side, but when I flip it over, the mirror image is die cut perfectly as well. So just want to make sure that this is nice and inked up. And let's see what we did here. Okay, doke. And there we go. So see how this is more, it's darker than this side, but that's okay. But isn't that beautiful? So that is all you do with that. So in order to do our coffee cut, you're going to do the same way. So I chose to do my coffee cup in Coastal Cabana, because like I said, we're doing a little bit of different colors on this one. My first one was done in Misty Moonlight because I wanted it to coordinate with the cardstock base. I used Misty Moonlight as my base. So then I just brought in the Misty Moonlight for my coffee cups, and I just thought that was really, really pretty. So I was looking for something to wipe this off with. Excuse me. Well, it's wanting to roll. It's not wet, so that's why. Okay, so I think that's good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our little coffee cup here, and I'm just going to place it right here. Actually, you know what? Let me see here. I could probably do it. Let's do it over here. That way I can just lay that right on there and have my coffee cup right there. I think that will work fine. All right, and then we got to clean this off though. So we're going to remove this chair, and I need to wipe this off. So let me do that real quick. There we go. I always get my ink all over myself, especially when I'm ink blending and all kinds of stuff, which is what I've been doing most of the morning. So I just ink that up. I'm going to stamp it down. I'm going to ink it one more time. If you have your ink spots, that works. That works really lovely when you're using your stamp positioner tool. All right, so there we go. So now I am just going to carefully lay this down right about there. And then we're going to put this back on here. Push that down. And there we go. All right, so let's see how this turned out. It turned out okay. I'm all right with that. With that one, I probably only needed to do one time because my ink pad was really, really juicy. But that's okay. You guys are getting the gist of this, and that's what's important. So to die cut this, we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna put our coffee cup on here, and I'm gonna use a little bit of Post-it tape. I need to put my glasses on here. Put a little bit of Post-it tape, kind of hold that down. And so this is the side that we stamped down on when we did our mirror imaging. So this will line up perfectly with our die. And then we're just going to run this through our cut and emboss machine. I think I got this pretty good. It's good enough for me. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to bring in this machine here. Oh, it's heavy. Okay. I'm going to lay this on here. So I have my base plate, my number 2, which is my cutting adapter, and then clear plate 3 and another clear plate 3. And then we're just going to crank this through. And voila! Sorry if my table is shaking a little. Okay, so let's go ahead. Move that to the side. Let's move this down. Move this back over into the frame. Okay, so here we go. So, and there's our mirror image. Is that not cool? And it's so easy to do. So very easy. I hope you give this a try. All right, so we're just going to do some quick blending here. I've already done one chair and one coffee cup so that you didn't have to sit here and watch me do 2. And all I used for it is you can, like I said, you can use any colors you want, any browns you want. But I used both the light and the dark pecan pie and both the light and the dark crumb cake. Um, because those are the only browns I have right now in my blends. So I'm going to start off with my dark pecan pie, and I'm just going to shade in here just to get it to, let me tell you, when you're used to coloring them the other way around, it kind of just throws you off just a little bit. Because I'm like, wait a minute, this looks a little different. So it already has little shading areas for you, but so I'm shading over those, and I'm shading um, a little bit more in areas too. And I guess I could have stamped this in pecan pie, but I really wanted the darker look, and I think it turns out great. And then I'm going to just shade where I think it would have some shading, or that's going to help it to look weathered. You know, when wood sits outside, it weathers differently. Each piece does. So it's going to be fine if the chairs don't even exactly match. It's going to be perfectly fine. We're just going to come up, up. I really love this shading look so much. It's just really kind of brings your chair to life, and I love it. All right, so that's what I'm going to do there. Then I'm going to bring in my light pecan pie and just kind of blend those lines so that we don't have harsh lines, and just kind of blend it. And each time you do this, each chair that you do is going to look a little bit different, but that is okay. It's like I said, nothing weathers the same, right? I'm leaving some white areas because I'm going to bring in my crumb cake as well to really show some different shades here. I think that's going to be fun. I'm going to do a little bit of this just to give it a little bit more of some weathered look. Of course, you can do this any way you want, like I said, and you can use any colors you want, which, you know, I really would like to try a red chair, maybe. I think that would be really pretty. I really need to build a chair. I have not built a chair yet using the dies. I'm looking forward to doing that too. All right, so I got that. So now I'm going to come in with some dark. And let's see here. Using my brush side, I really like my bullet side a little better sometimes. So here we go. I'm sorry, you guys. I wish that I could get this thing to zoom in some, but I'll struggle with that. All right. Then we're going to come in with the light. Oops, the wrong one again. Here we go. And we're going to just blend some of the light. Oops. then I'm going to do these little things here, right in here, right in here. Just kind of blend all these nicely. And you know what the great thing of it is that it's an outdoor chair, so it doesn't have to look perfect, right? All right, so we are almost done. And then we can start assembling our card. All that squeaking. All right, there we go. So that chair is done. And isn't that cool looking how that works? All right, so I'm going to take my dark pecan pie and I'm going to color in this little white section in this cup here, just like so, to give it that coffee look or hot cocoa. Then we're going to take our dark Coastal Cabana and just kind of do the handle and a little bit of shading there. And then we're going to come in with our light. It's really hard to shade some of these smaller pieces, but it's doable. Just like so. Like so. There we go. All right. So we have that. We have this chair right here. So see, I stamped off when I stamped this one so that it would match more this to this one. On this one, I didn't do that. So this chair is a little bit darker outline. So I stamped off and then it looks a little bit closer. And then we have this coffee cup here, which we need to do one thing. I cut off the saucer because I don't know about you, but I don't use saucers with my mugs. And especially if I'm outside, I don't. So we just cut that off. So then this one can go right here like so. And this one, oops, I colored the wrong side, did I? I did. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's all right. We can do this. We can just take this just like that. And there's our coffee. And we can just take our marker and just kind of color that in a little bit. And take our dark. Like so. There we go. So pretty. There we go. Now our handles are turning in the right way. Just like so, and just like so. All right, so we got that. So here's my background that I've already done. I was going to do it for you, but I knew that showing you the mirror image was going to take a little bit of time. I think most of you know how to do the blending like this. If you don't, just shoot me a comment and tell me that you would love for me to do a video on how to do this. It's really easy. It's not hard at all. And I would be happy to do that. So on this one, I just used Old Olive. My speckles are in Mossy Meadow. Can't get my words out. I used Timid Tiger. I put a little bit of red in there just to darken it up and to give this little pinky color. And then crushed curry. And then I just blended out so it was light crushed curry on the top. All right, so now we have some more stamping to do. So I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow and I am going to stamp our trees. So I need to kind of like see where my chairs are going to go so that I kind of know about where I want to stamp my I also know that I need to leave some room for my, I don't want to do that. I know I wanted this to come out just a little bit more, like up in here, like that. I have to keep my chairs up high so that it gives me room um, for my fire. So let's do this. I'm going to take a wipe here. I'm going to wipe this off. I stuck my arm right in some ink. Look at that. I tell you, I am a messy stamper. That is for sure. All right, there we go. And I'm going to ink this up, just the little tops of it. And I'm going to do a little bit right in there. Let's see how we like that. I like that. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to stamp full strength up to the top up here, like so. I'm going to come down here. I am going to bring this probably right about there. And then I'm trying to be careful because we want our sentiment to go here too. So let's see. Let me wipe that off. Hopefully that's good and wiped off. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring this piece here out like that. There we go. I love that. And then we can just bring a piece right here. Actually, I wonder how that would look. I might not like this, but if we just did like that, so that we could keep this just like that. I like that. Okay, so we're going to put this chair here. We're going to put this chair here. We're going to pop them up. Let me move this. That's all the stamping we're going to do. I've already did our fire. So my fire, all I did was inked it up in the crushed curry. And then I inked the top parts, and then I inked the bottom part up in Timid Tiger and took a sponge just to blend it a little bit. But I got a little happy with my blending. There's not a whole lot of yellow on there. It's all right. Okay, so what have we got here? Stampin' Dimensionals. I lost my mind. Here we go. So we're going to put some dimensionals on here. On my original card, I did not pop up my fire, and I think I'm going to pop it up on this one. I think it will look really pretty popped up. And let's see. That's going to be a little large, so let me cut this in half. And put that right here, like that. All right, let's flip. This one is already flipped over. Hope I colored the right side. Oh, I did. Okay. I hope. I've been struggling a lot with brain fog, which my Hashimoto's thyroid disease has really played a number on me. It's okay. All right, so let's do that. We're going to take these off. Come on. All right, so this one we're going to place right about here, like so. I'm not going to push that down yet, just so that I can move it around if I want to or need to. So we're going to take these off. And then I'm going to place this one right about here, I think. Just like that. I think I'm good with that. Then we're going to glue our coffee cups on here. So I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to put one right here. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have stamped my relax up here before I glued everything down, and I did not. I'm going to use early espresso just to make it easy. And I'm going to stamp relax. Hopefully I can get this straight. Hold on. Sorry if my head gets in the way, but I kind of have to so I can see what I'm doing. Relax. There we go. Let's get these out of the way. All right, we're going to close this up because we're done with that. We're going to just glue our coffee. Oops, that's not the one I want. This one's going to come over here. Just like that. And this one is going to come over here. If you want more support, you can put a little dimensional behind it, but I'm okay with it like that. And then on this card, I did my fire like that. But on this one, I think I'm going to try to do a crisscross. So let's do that. I'm going to pop. I don't know. I don't know which one I want to pop up. Do I want to pop that up with this, or do I want to? I think I'm going to pop my flame up. Is what I'm going to do. I may or may not like it, but it's okay. You can do your card any way you want to, of course, because it's your card, right? And you know what, though? I really want this to be. Oh, don't tear, please. It tore. It's all right. I wanted this to be like that. And it's going to hide behind the fire anyway, so I am okay with that. We'll just do it just like that. Then you could take your Wink of Stella and you could put a little bit of glitter in your coffee cup and on the fire tips, which I'm not sure where my Wink of Stella is. And if you saw my desk right now, it's a complete utter mess again because I have been trying to craft like a fiend. You know, you have to kind of do it when which I can't find. So it's around here somewhere. I just don't know where, and I'm not going to waste time on it. All right, so I am going to use Coastal Cabana cardstock. This one was scored. I've already scored it at 4 1/4. It's 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. And I don't know where my bone folder is either, and I do not feel like digging through all these ink pads. All right, when you're blending and you're trying to figure out colors, you know how it is. You get ink pads everywhere, right? Stamp sets, markers, all that kind of stuff. So there we go. I could have moved my fire up just a little bit, but I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. And I really hope, like I said before, that you give this a try. And thank you so much for joining my video today. I hope that it inspires you and gives you just another way to use the stamp set and dies and other stamp sets and dies as well. When you really want that mirror image, it's really simple to do. Okay, so tell me which one you like best in the comments. I'd really love to know. You could also add some bling to that if you wanted to. So pretty. I really love those cards. I love ink blending. It's so much fun and sponging, which now we use brushes. We don't really use the sponges, but that is so much fun and so cool to do. And let me know which fire you like better. Do you like it up on the crosses or like the little pile thing made? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, again, thank you so much for watching my video. All the supplies that I use today, you can find in my online store. The link is down below in the descriptions. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to spread out some and all that jazz. So thank you so much again, and you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.